Hi everyone, it's Rosetta from Beautifully Worn. Welcome back to my channel. I am here today to show the crisscross, how to do the crisscross binding of the journal that I did previously on my video. I showed this journal with a crisscross binding, and there was some requests for me to show how I did this binding. So this video is about that. I hope everyone is well, and I hope you enjoy the video. Please bear with me. I haven't done this crisscross binding a lot, so this is probably the third or fourth time that I've done it, and it always confuses me, so please bear with me. Okay, so I've already got my signatures together, 3 signatures. This is the journal that I've made. I haven't put the holes in yet for the spine, so I thought I'd just show you how I do that as well. If you don't need to see that, then you can just skip forward. So I just get a piece of paper and measure. This is a 5 centimeter spine, which is 2 inches, around that. And so I just got this, cut it in half, folded it in half, then folded it in half again, and then put my holes where I wanted them. So I've put the top and the bottom, and I've already put holes in my signatures, so hopefully they'll hold up. I haven't actually clipped them together, so it may not work, because I had to unclip them because I was working on some of the signatures. So we'll see how they go. Okay, so I'm going to do my my spine now. Okay, so what I'll do first is I'll use something just to poke holes. I'm going to use at the moment, to actually make the holes, I'm going to use this screw punch. I got it from, I think, eBay. It just makes the holes in. It's one of those old Japanese screw punches. So I'll just use that to make the holes. But I'm just going to use this, I've got some thread here, it's just beading thread. I've already got it threaded to the needle, and that's to use that I'm going to sew my bind with. I'm just going to use that to poke holes where they should go, and then I will do the holes with the screw punch. Sorry about the reflection of the lights overhead. It's quite dark here. We are in winter here in Australia, and it's late afternoon, so the sun is going down. So not much light here, so I apologise for that. Okay, so I've made my hole. Right, found a better pokey tool. This will give me a better hole to start with. That's better. Okay, that's all 6 holes done, and they come out quite neat. Okay, so now we start with the binding. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the binding, and then what I'll do is I'll actually step it out. I'll write it out, so it may be an easier way for you, for whoever it is, to get it. Because for me, although I watched it, when I saw it happening, I think there were 6 signatures, and I don't think I've ever seen one with 3 signatures. And if I have seen one with 3 signatures, they've got more. They haven't actually got just the 3 holes. So I had to adapt it to my own, to how many signatures I had and the holes and things like that. So what it is we'll be going through that second signature twice. So if I can explain it on here, and I'll show you, we don't actually tie off the second signature. And you'll see here, I'll try to lift up the strings on this one. You'll see here, instead of being 1 string, which would have been going through it once, it's actually twice, okay? That means we're using the second signature. We'll be using that twice, going through it twice, okay? So hopefully, well, once I've started, it'll make sense to you. So what I do is I start with the first signature and the second signature, okay? Then I'm going to go with the third signature and then the second signature. So first thing I do is grab and what I'm going to do is get some clips. Okay, so we've got the first signature and the second signature. So the first thing we're going to do is obviously the thread. Okay, I usually do it about 5, I think it's 5 times the amount. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've done it 8 times, doesn't matter. Oh, you know why I did this is probably because I was going to do it all in one session, but you don't have to, because you tie off that first signature and you cut it off, and then if you know you've got more, then if you've got enough, then you can just continue with that same thread, length of thread. Cut my thread in through the first signature, out to the spine. Now what we can do is secure our thread. If you want to secure your thread, you can. It's up to you. I know I'm going to have a lot of thread, so what I'm going to do is, how I'm going to secure it is just put it under here. Okay. So I know that's not going to come through. Okay. So we go through the first signature and pull nice and taut, but not too tight. Okay, so going through the first signature, middle up to the second middle, through the first signature from the inside out, the middle hole, first signature. Then you're coming up, you're crisscrossing to the second signature, top hole. So you go in, and I find pulling my thread through, it's obviously got to go behind there. Now, this is going to be fiddly, I'm not going to lie, it is a little bit fiddly, but for me it's worth the results if you take the time to do it. Okay, so now I've got my second signature, so we need to go through that top hole. Now it's quite simple doing it now, but you'll find when the signature's already down, it's a little bit more difficult, but as I said, it's worth it. Okay, so we've gone through that top hole of the second signature. Now we're going down the middle hole of the second signature on the inside. Okay, and we're pulling it nice and taut. Okay. Going out the spine, middle hole, second signature. Nice and tight. Okay, so we've already made that. I've gone through the third signature, sorry. And through the third. Sorry guys, just a sec. I'll go back. Just got to watch what you're doing. Come back through. If you make a mistake, just go back out. Okay, so I've got to go through the second signature. Okay. Middle hole, second signature. Pull it nice and tight. Okay. All right. So that's our first crisscross done. All right. So the next crisscross we're going to do, we're going to come down. Okay. We're going to come down to the first signature, bottom hole. Okay, almost there, and we're there. Okay. The second signature's gone away. All right, hold on. I'm just going to pull everything tight again. Okay. Tight. All right, so we've got the two diagonals. Okay. So now we are bottom signature. Bottom hole, first signature. Okay. So now what we do is go through. We go back up, top hole of the first signature, and we go out the hole of the first signature. Okay, so we're there, and we make sure that everything's taut. And this little second signature wants to be a little bit annoying, but that's okay. Excuse me. Okay, so as you go, you want to just tighten it as you go. If you see it's a little bit slack, just go through and tighten it. Follow it through and tighten it. Okay, so now what we're going to do now is come across to the second signature middle hole. Okay. Okay, right in through that middle hole. Okay, so now we're coming down through the second signature. And out. And we want to just hold it nice and tight. Okay. Okay. Now this is the last step. Is we're going up through the first signature middle hole and we're going to tie this off. Oh, this one went through nice and easy. Okay. All right. So that is your. And so what you want to do is actually have it come out the other side. Now I've got a lot more thread, and I don't mind that. I actually like longer thread so I can do the dangles. Okay. So we tie it off. I do a double knot. Okay. And then we cut that off. Okay. Okay, so that's our first and second signatures on. So we've tied it through the first signature, and second signature doesn't have any knots. Okay, so I just take my clips off. So that's the first and second signature done. So now what we're going to do is do the same thing with the third signature, but we're using the second signature like we did the first time. I'm just going to see how much thread I have. 1, 2. I might have enough thread. I may not. I'm going to risk it. So I'm just going to my thread. Okay, I've got my third signature here. Make sure it's the right way up. Oh, these are the right way up too. Oh, I didn't check. Yep, they are. Okay. So make sure it's the right way up. And now we start again. So we're starting, instead of starting obviously through the first signature, we're starting through the third signature, through the middle, because we're going to be tying off on the third signature. Okay, so start with the inside of the third signature, out through the spine, and what I might do is get some washi or something to tape that. Alright, so we go up through the middle inside third signature, out the spine. Okay, so now like before, we're going up through the second signature, top hole. Second signature. Okay, second signature, top hole. Okay, then down through the middle hole of the second signature and out through the spine. That's my third signature trying to fall out there. Okay, so I'm just going to pull him back and pull him nice and tight. Okay. Okay, so we're out the second signature. Okay, so now we go down to the bottom hole of the third signature. Sorry, when you're clipping, I clipped on the same side. You should clip on the either side so they're going to hold. All right, sorry about that. Okay, so I'm just putting tight. So we're going down down to the third signature bottom hole. Okay. We want to make sure it's nice and tight. Okay, so then we go up to the top hole of the third signature and out. Oop, don't you even think about it. Attach my... So we're going out the top of the third signature. Okay. So we're just going to pull it nice and tight. Okay, top of the third signature. Okay, so now we're going down back through that second signature. Okay, then we're going down through the second signature bottom hole and out through the spine. Okay, then our last stitch is coming back through the third signature middle hole. To tie off. I think I'm going to have more, I think I'm going to have definitely the length for it. So when I do this, I'm going to, if it lets me do it, I'm sorry. Come on, Mama. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to unclip so it actually lets me see it. So I'm going to go through third signature. All right, so if I unclip, that actually lets me see where the needle is. And there it isn't, okay. There it is, poking through, and then there. Come on the home stretch. Now I know it's fiddly, but I think, me personally, I think the results just are beautiful. Okay, now see how that's quite loose. So I don't mind that at the moment because I want to bring this thread up. So what I'm going to do is feed back from where we went. So I'm just going to feed it through. And that's my silly woman. I threw the through the wrong one. Okay, what I'm going to do, see how there's more. So what I'm going to do is actually, these are loose. So try to leave yourself a little bit more of a, I mean, that's enough if you like it, but I like to have a little bit more, and I want to actually tighten my threads. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow this back out. Yeah, so follow it out and you go top of the second signature. Okay, so now I gave myself a bit more thread, okay, and these are nice and tight the way I want them. So you just tie off. Okay, and then cut your your threads how you want them. Take the clips out. Okay, so little thread. Okay, so that's it's a little loose there, I don't know why, but that's okay. Okay, so I've tied off the threads. So basically the first signature is where you tie it off. There's the first signature tied off. Second signature is where it all threads through, so you're not going to see any knots there. And the third signature is where you tie it off again. Okay, so that is how you bind for crisscross binding. Okay, this thread here is a little bit loose, but that's okay. So that's it basically. This one obviously was nice and tight. It's hard when you're doing a video. You can't bring it up to your face and have it so close to you. I hope that the video turns out good. But what I'll do is I'll actually also write the instructions, and I'll put them on the video as well, and hopefully that helps. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so. Leave me a comment. You know, was it really difficult? You know, you just practice makes perfect, and when you're not in front of the camera, you know, you can put it up to your face so close. For me, I know the first time I did it was a little bit more difficult, but the second time I did it with this one, I didn't find any trouble at all with it. And this one, obviously I was filming, so I hope that wasn't too complicated, and I will write the instructions, but let me know if you have any comments. Thank you so much. Take care out there. It's in Australia. Stay warm if you're in Australia, because it's quite cold. There's a cold front that's hit us. If you're in the States, enjoy the summer, in Europe summer, and anywhere else in the world that you are. Please stay safe, take care, and bye for now, and bye from me. Thank you. Bye.